guys have gotten over that urge to clap when you see me walking to the podium. It's okay, just let it go. It's fine. It's all right. Anyway, well, good afternoon. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves. This has been a really great event up until this point. Hopefully you got a chance to get some refreshments and just take a deep breath, meet some new people, and really soak in the information that's been presented so far. So before I bring up your next speaker, I did want to make one announcement. I'm not sure if maybe Tia did or had planned on doing it. The disparity study, was you planning on? Okay. Just to reinforce what Tia already talked about, it's very important. Everyone that came today should have gotten a flyer. It has a QRC code. It talks about disparity study for the state of Maryland. If you don't know, the MBE program for the state of Maryland is based upon a disparity that has to be statistically proven that minority companies are actually or are not receiving work at a rate that's based on the national average. So your voice counts. So it's very important for everyone in this room to go to this QRC code, fill out the survey, collect the information, collect the data, because what we will be using not only to move forward with our MBE program, but also set the next state goals that will come forward. So having said that, I had the pleasure of bringing to the podium greetings from our executive director, Mr. Bruce Gartner. Bruce actually was appointed by the MDTA Authority Board, I believe it was January 11th.
That's correct.
January 11th, 2024. The cool thing about Bruce's appointment is that Bruce has actually been at MDTA. This is his third trip to MDTA. It's it, third time's a charm. So Bruce is definitely part of the MDTA culture and the family. And I think you'll hear through his remarks, and you'll also see through events like this that MDTA absolutely supports MBE programs. Another little known fact, just in case you all are on Jeopardy one day, and this comes up, is that I was hired in 2013 by another executive director. And I was probably there for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. The executive director came down. He reintroduced himself to me, said, "Hey, Percy, I think you're going to do a great job. By the way, I'm retiring next week." So he left. He retired. I was hoping it didn't have anything to do with me and the hire. It was just that stressful. But we were fortunate enough that Bruce actually came over in the acting role at the time. He eventually was named the executive director. So technically, Bruce was my first executive director. When I came back to the state and worked for MDTA. A couple other things about Bruce. Bruce is a 30-year professional in the transportation industry. He's also had an opportunity to not only work for the public sector, but also in the private sector. So he brings a very unique experience and perspective with respect to partnerships, contracting, and the importance of the MBE program. So we're really lucky to have Bruce come back and rejoin the MDTA family. So after further ado, please, Mr. Bruce Gartner.
Percy, I saw that, is that staying on?
Yes.
I saw that executive director about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he says, no, it had nothing to do with you, and you were great, but it was time, right? And he's enjoying retirement, unfortunately. It was hard to see, but anyway. Thank you so much to Percy, to Tia, the whole team that has put this on. I bring greetings from Secretary Wiedefeld, who I guess is probably around here, but has been in Annapolis a lot too. So his schedule's very busy this month, as you can imagine. And I'm delighted to be part of the Moore administration and be here on behalf of the governor as well. It has been a nice homecoming to come back to the MDTA. And, just such a great organization. And that's been proven in my first, month and a half, 2 months, whatever am I at, 3 months, I can't even keep track anymore. But, we have really done what I think has been a good job over the past 10 years that I won't take credit for. But I think even then, working with Percy, the path that the MDTA did start in a good way a while ago. I'd like also to thank our presenters that were here today. I'm sorry I couldn't join you earlier. We had an IT governance board meeting upstairs, so I'm finding myself in this building a lot again, and I did start out in MDOT, not in this building, but a predecessor building. And we have realized on the IT side, it was an interesting take on everything, even though there's a do-it process for IT. So much of what we do has a connection to how we contract things. Even our basic components have that IT element to it. So I'm glad to be here at a business event and talking about how you all can help us, and we want to help you expand to all the opportunities we have. Yes, MDOT and even MDTA have tight budgets, but there's so much work out there to be done, and we need good firms supporting us to do that. We couldn't get it done without you. Percy referenced my career, and I did spend only 4 years in the private sector between all that public sector work, but boy, I probably learned more about the actual work that has to be done for MDOT and MDTA, being in a consulting firm and finding teammates to bid on projects. I was with one of the national firms, and sometimes we had a niche that was somewhere else in the country, but our company didn't necessarily know all aspects of MDOT or MDTA. It was the subcontractors, the MBEs that are kind of here and local and every day doing things or have a really good niche expertise that we could follow on with our contracts. Now, the bureaucracy of a big organization, Marco can appreciate that, but bureaucracies of big A&E firms is don't always kind of allow for that. So it's up to local leaders sometimes to really advocate that, hey, we need significant partners. We might not have a large percentage of the work. So my advice is, get to know your local reps of those, explain, what you can bring and have them help you kind of justify that, maybe a larger percentage sometimes is better for both of you. Anyway, that's a little bit about where I come from. The other experience that I've had is on the policy side at MDOT. With all of the revenue discussions that are going on now, is one of the main reasons that I wanted to kind of join back in the MDOT family and try to figure out a way forward. A lot of people come to places and say, well, I want to deliver big projects. That'd be good too, but it's really getting that base of funding. And I would say to you all, we need your support on that efforts too. Whoever you talk to, just make sure they understand how important transportation investments are to the local economy. I'd also like to say, as Percy mentioned with the MBE and the disparity study, not only do we need you to fill out those forms, but we need you to post on your sites, have others that you work with post it out there. Mr. LinkedIn is like a great social media person over there. He's standing up, so I can keep referring to him. You need to sit down and start being so recognized. But anyway, please do that force multiplier for us and reach out to, I don't know if you want to put it in a signature line or whatever else, but please do that for that study. It's incredibly important. And we're supporting all those programs. And the MBE study is even more important to the state of Maryland because there's other things that have been added to it. There's the cannabis, there's the gaming, the other elements that have been added recently. So I know we just came back from a break. I'd like to stop talking, and I'd like to just kind of ask a question to you all and figure out how many of you have been able to meet and connect with a company that could become a business opportunity in the future. Raise of hands. All right. You got some more time at the end, so keep doing it. I'd like, if I could hear from some of those that raised your hands, and now that you put them down, you can remain anonymous and you can just sit there, I guess. But if you could just let me know about that type of new relationship. So any volunteers to do that?
So I'm Jen from DMT. So I'm at minority subconsultant for traffic engineering services, and one of our WBE traffic engineering services subconsultant, they got bought by a big firm and they lost their WBE license, and we have to find someone to do this work to fulfill the MBE WBE goals. So we exchanged information, and I'm waiting to hear from him. And then also, I met with a small civil firm. The lady was very nice, the WBE from Pennsylvania. And we also could do survey work and civil work. So and then also IT firm, who is doing database systems and systems integration. And I will forward a JMT. We have IT contracts too, so I will forward to the right people the information. So thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much. I think that, yep. Right. Eric, I almost called on you because your hand was raised, but I won't call on you. Yeah, I just wanted to reinforce like that, the changing dynamics of companies and who's getting bought and sold and how that's affecting your business. Experienced that too. Started with one company, got purchased by another. So it reinforces the importance of these events because nothing stays static. So who else just had the microphone? I thought there was a hand off there. Oh, there you go.
Hi, I'm Safa Salmuti from Arya Consultants. Again, going back to Marco. I was just talking to Marco. We're SBR and WBE. We're chasing some of the SBR contracts that are coming out. So I'll be in touch with him and see if we can partner up and they can support us and mentor us chasing these projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, there.
So Jeff Teaching with Enterprise. I spoke with Charles as well as Jack here just a little bit ago about some opportunities for business travel, streamlining some of the things that they're doing, as well as some growth opportunities to provide truck rentals for new business and some other areas. So any other small businesses out there that need vehicles, we are here to help. We're here to strengthen our communities and continue growing. So feel free to come talk to us.
See anybody else want more free advertising? It's your chance. One more? Happy to help. Okay, well, without further ado, I'd like to move on to the next part of the program. I think we're going to have a review of and talk about some of our upcoming projects. Do you want to take it back? Thank you again for being here.